grace this very important occasion, which doubles up as a culmination of a week-long conference for senior administration police service officers, and also a ceremony for the launch of the National Government Administration Police Unit, NGAPU. Your presence here today, and also the strong government delegation in this meeting, underscores the goodwill, commitment, and the functional stewardship that the ministry is privileged with us as we all work to lead our respective services to Mwananchi. As members of the National Police Service, we really appreciate the support that we continue to receive from your office and the cooperation from other sectors of the government. Earlier in the week, I engaged with the Administration Police Service senior commanders during the conference that is just being concluded today, where we discussed a number of issues that can be improved in the overall National Police Service transformation agenda. We also reflected on the journey the police service has had this far, highlighting the gains made, the challenges encountered, and the opportunities that are untapped. As we endeavor to become a well-grounded 21st century professional police service, by and large, the National Police Service has been dutifully firm and unwavering in patriotic discharge of its mandate. The prevailing security, peace, and order in the country is a product of efforts by gallant men and women in uniform who work closely with other agencies for the sake of the national security. On this, I also acknowledge the close working relationship we have with the national government administration officers across all the countries. In the recent past, some parts of the country have witnessed attempts by criminal gangs to wreak havoc on members of the public. In the coast region, for example, Paga Boys and other infamous gangs have been subdued by police officers, and several of its members are currently being processed before the courts of law. Such criminal elements, alongside other offenders, must have their day before courts to curb the menace. The National Police Service remains totally alert, unwavering, and fully committed to protection of life and property, as well as rights and freedoms for all persons in the country. In so doing, I call upon all police officers to be resolute and to render policing services without fear or favor. All offenders must be brought to account for their acts and omissions as provided by the law. I also urge all Kenyans to continue abiding by the law and to support security agencies as need be. Finally, I reiterate the National Police Service readiness to support other government agencies as we deliver under the whole government approach. The goal is to address issues and provide solutions to the various challenges that we face as Kenyans. In this regard, the launch of the National Government Administration Police Unit will provide yet another nexus for collaboration. I thank you. And maybe just before I conclude, let me also mention that going forward in the reform agenda of the National Police Service, we have a Veterans and Foreign Hills Bill that is already being looked into by our legal teams. And this is an area that I'm sure the CS is also going to discuss, the PS is going to discuss, because that is what is going to link us with the present and even those who are there. Because even in other democracies that we have seen, for example, trainers of newly recruited officers is done by officers who have retired from the service. But in our case, that does not happen because we don't have a rule, a regulation, an act that can be able to guide us in that direction. And that's the reason why, personally, I'm very happy that that all of us we are here, together with the members of parliament, who will eventually have the bill to table it in parliament. And that is a way that will deepen the reform agenda in the national police service. And finally, for all the officers who have been promoted on merit in the national police service, they are all required to attend a development course, so that now they can actually be prepared to serve at that level. Because my belief is that an officer who is well trained led us the service from a point of knowledge. So we are calling upon for all those who have been promoted, we request the VIPs to release them, so that as per our program, so that they can be able to attend that very, very important role. Otherwise, our agenda in the National Police Service, myself as the Inspector General, I want, by the time I leave this service, we want to ensure that police stations becomes the center of excellence of police operations, where the service to Mwananchi is offered. I know reaching there is not a walk in the park. We need everybody. We require everybody. And here we have a very, very effective CS who will be able to drive that agenda, because it is in our transformation agenda. It's actually in our roadmap that was launched by the president, so that at the end of the day, we can be able even to report a case to police station without going to the police station, as long as you have a smartphone, because very soon we are going to launch the digitized OB, very, very soon. Most of the police services, the services rendered by the police, are going to be digitized, and the programs have been rolled out. And that way, we are going to make sure that the police becomes better. The police serves the public in a better manner. So these are some of the agendas that are already lined up to ensure that the reform journey is well grounded within the policing services. Otherwise, thank you very much, and once again, welcome to